Okay, guys, I'm back with the 1,000 Plat Challenge. Hope you all had a good Christmas like I did. Right now I am in Droga, and I am about to zone into Nurga. And here we go. Okay. Now I went ahead and made a map of the zone, and it looks like we've got a name down here. Let me check my map, make sure I've got him. Yes. Okay. All right, here we go. Let me pop a buff on, and I'm going to hop down, and hopefully they'll attack me. Okay. And again, this is 1,000 Plat Challenge, and it stems from a conversation I had with some other people in the game about if you needed 1,000 Plat cash, and we're referring to higher level characters, which would be the zone that you could farm the money in the fastest. And the most popular answer, of course, was Wrath Mountains, because that's one of the old school zones, and just the one that everybody has done at one time or another, so they're most familiar with it. All right. I'm going to keep my little map up here. I've done several zones and several expansions so far, and this is Nurga and Droga. Did Droga was a week and a half ago, and it turned out it was actually a minute faster getting the 1,000 platinum. And keep in mind, this is an unscientific test. I'm just kind of more or less going off not a stopwatch, but a clock, and just kind of roughly keeping track of how fast I can do this. Anyway, the plat count on these guys, 6, 9, 5, 7 gold. It's higher than average so far. Now, I want to go over this way a little bit. In order for a zone to make a good candidate for this test, you need to have a lot of spawns, a lot of mobs, and they have to be roughly humanoid, so that they carry, money. And Droga was an excellent candidate for that. There's a few spiders running around in that zone. If you go back and watch the video, you can see. Now, I don't remember them ever dropping anything. But there's so many spawns that you can quickly accumulate cash. The plat count was higher on the goblins there than so far here in Nurga. There were several goblins, not every other one, but a high percentage, say 2 out of 5, they were dropping 10, 12, 14 platinum. So far, these guys are averaging probably anywhere from 5 to 7, so not as good. But still, plenty of spawns, so we'll see what happens here. Excuse me. My pet decided to go AWOL on me and not really kill anything that attacked me. And this has happened before. I do not know why it does that. It's kind of a bug. But I have as a magician, I'm a level 92 magician, by the way. I have a spell called Tellurian Bodyguard, and it spawns these little earth pets when something strikes me, and or it has a chance to. It's not 100%. Anyway, they kind of help take the place of my pet when it has trouble pathing or it just decides not to kill stuff like it should. So it kind of balances out here. You know, platinum's adding up, but it's still not the same. Rusted shield, lore no trade, no thank you. More quest stuff that I don't need. Okay. Whatever that is, it's dropping a lot. Illyrian's Journal, page 15. I don't remember ever seeing that before. Okay, you guys, come on. Attack me, attack me. There we go. Flawed Defiant Quartz. Oh yeah, these things sell all the time. Let me check my loot here just to see what it was. I'm not seeing anything. Okay, because I had that that named. It didn't drop anything special other than that key, I don't think. Alright, let's get on with this. Doing pretty good, but it's still not up to Droga standards as far as money. Just not the same. One of the things I can let people know about who've never been into Droga and Nurga, you access this zone through the frontier mountains, and then Goblin Canine. No, I'll leave that. And when you go in one, whichever one you go in, you can also zone into the other zone corresponding. But it's kind of a one-way, the way they've rigged it. So, in other words, just like when I zoned in a few minutes ago, you fall off a ledge. And that is true no matter whether you zone in from Frontier Mountains or if you're in Nurga going into Droga or Droga going into Nurga. And there is there's a zone in and a zone out, and they are in different areas, but they're connected fairly close. So it's not like you have to fight through the entire zone to get to it. But you have to be aware of that. So if you're a non-caster class, you know, warrior, ranger, whatever, you know, you're not going to be able to just gate out of this place. So keep that in mind when you come in. Okay. Gotta head back and backtrack just a little bit here. This is a smaller zone. Nurga is a smaller zone than Droga. It's stretched out. I don't know if you can see my map very well. But it's actually fairly small. And so far the money is just not there. 1 platinum off that one, 4 platinum, just not very good. So I would suggest if you're doing these zones, whether as a group or solo, for experience, you might want to start out here in the mines of Nurga first. Just because they seem to be a little bit lower level. Okay. This part of the zone is a long, narrow paths. Let's see, a tattered bracer. Quest. A lot of quest items in here. Yeah, this just didn't add up fast enough to really compete against Droga. Droga was incredible as far as how fast the money added up. I've gone ahead and done these as a based on a suggestion from one of my new subscribers. Not that I have a ton, so I'm highly appreciative of that suggestion, because Droga really was a cash cow. After I completed the video, you know, when I achieved 1,000 plat, I went ahead and stayed in for probably an hour, and until my bags were completely full. Did not get a lot of trade skill items because there were spiders in there. I did get some silks, and it was quite a variety of silks. So that was nice. Was able to use all of them for mid to high level tailoring. So it was well worth killing the spiders. Here's a waterfall, kind of a one-way thing. You can go back up here, though, if you need to. And if you fall down here, let's see, here's Frontier Mountains Zone In. Is where this is. So, and zone out, I guess. So again, when you come in for Frontier Mountains, you basically have to drop down, and it's quite a fall, but you fall into water, so that's nice. But there's some bad guys right here at the entrance, just like the other zone in and out. So there is plenty of stuff here. But anyway, did not get a wide variety of trade skill items, but I did get a ton of Defiant armor and quite a few weapons. Not too bad at all on the Defiant armor too. It was varied. I can't give you all the exact descriptors, but it was a lot of it was in the 40s, I believe. So keep that in mind when you come through here. Let me pop on my buff here again. Alright, cleared that out now. Easy to get lost if you don't have a map. Okay, get these guys to aggro. And there's a challenge here. I would say it depends on your graphics card and the skill you have, but if you can cross these railroad tracks there, the little mining cart tracks, you can get over to a small little area inside the zone there. If you have levitate, of course, it makes it a lot easier, and that's what I used the first time I mapped it out. Symbol of the Legion. Don't need that. Lots of these little cul-de-sacs, these little pockets, and they'll have anywhere from 1 to 6 goblins in them. So when you're soloing in here, I remember when I did this, 40s or 50s, whatever it was. I didn't spend too many levels in here, probably 1 or 2. It was good practice, though, for crowd control skills. I remember I was able to map the zone out and not, nothing saw through my invis except the named goblins. And here we have another named over here. Check my map. Don't have him. So I'm going to add him onto my spawn list here. Add a label. And this will not count against the time. Let's see. Frost color. Oops. Ollie Kaz. Head save map. Okay. I had quite a bit of positive response to the 6-7 minute video I made on how I do a basic map. And let's see, Cloak of Allegiance, Paladin Ranger, Shadow Knight Bard, Beast Lord, Armor Class 10, recommended level of 37, so you can pass this on to Twinks if you wanted to. Strength plus 5, Stamina 5, Intelligence 2, Wisdom 2. Not the greatest, but it could be a tribute item if you needed it to be. Anyway, quite a few views and some 1 or 2 comments people had left. So I was happy to see that. I'm glad I've helped out, teaching something that people didn't know about the game. That's kind of one of my major goals in making these videos. I played these games forever, since first year EverQuest started up. I picked up a lot of things. I'm by no means an expert. I've soloed probably 99% of the time I've played this game. So this is my highest level character, this 92 magician, so I have not even done the last 6 or 7 expansions as far as the special zones and everything. So, there's a lot I don't know. But that doesn't really matter, because what's cool about this game is that there is something for everyone. No matter your class or your level, whether you solo like I do, play with, just 1 or 2 friends, and maybe you all have mercenaries to fill out a group, or people that are in serious guilds that raid all the time on a regular basis. There is something in this game for everyone, and there's, I don't know, is there 1,000 zones now? I mean, there's several hundred, so, seems to me it would be difficult to get bored with this game. There are some zones, for example, Nurga and Droga here, that they share a lot of similarities, but they have their own nuances too. So, even though there might seem like there's a little bit of duplication, in some of these zones, there is a purpose to them. There's a lot of quest pieces, for example, so far that I found in this zone that the other one didn't have. So, just something to keep in mind. All right, we're at 650 plus 82. Call it 100. 650, 750. So we're getting close, but it's taken much too long to be a serious contender. Yeah, here we go. I don't know where my pet has gone, but he's not killing stuff like he's supposed to. There he is. Might have been having pathing problems. There we go. Now the money's adding up. Not too shabby. But still, even with all those rapid kills, that was only about 60 platinum. So, and if you've continued watching this far into this video, thank you. You must be somebody like me that can actually stand to watch grass grow. But anyway, you might have noticed the spacing. For example, these two guys, if they were, if you came in here and they were blue or light blue, you could probably easily single pull these guys. They're just far enough apart that you shouldn't pull both of them, unless you just get way too close when you do it. So you can see where this would be a good place to do a classic dungeon crawl. Trying to remember if there are any hidden. I don't think there's any hidden walls here in Nurga, but there is in Droga. There's 2 or 3 of them that are hidden. So, all right, 860. Let's see if I can help speed this up just a little bit. Let's see what's up here. Getting towards the end here. There's here in this oh goodness, in this far north area. Excuse me, southwest area. Kind of hit a dead end over here in this little pool. There's 2 or 3, maybe even 4 different named that will spawn in various places. I'm going to put never on that, get rid of it. Here's one of them, Taskmaster Yajo. And as an aside, all these named, well, I won't say all of them, Pouch of Supplies, Lore Quest. I'll go ahead and mute it since it's not a no drop. They spawn in 1 or 2 places. Drop into this pool area here. And then there's an underwater tunnel there that I can go in. That leads to some more bad guys. And there's a slave driver that spawns in here with some other folks. There's my pet. Got to make sure he's here. Just to do this. There he is. Slave driver Nemo. Okay. Let's see what we get out of him since he's named. Strong Restorative Lore Quest. Yeah, what the heck. I'm in here. I'll go ahead and do it. 7 gold. Just not a lot of money. But we are at 975 basically. So we're almost dead. But basically doing one run through this entire zone has netted about 1,000 plat. I've hit probably, 80 to 90% of the spawns that are possible in this zone. Come back through this tunnel and should get it here pretty quick. So there's 1,000 right there. That was 9 platinum off that guy. So yeah, not near as fast as Droga, but still Nurga. I do remember as a magician, young magician, was it 40s or 50s, whatever, going through here, and there are not a lot of roamers. There are a few, but not a lot. So that really helped, and I was able to handle everything quite easily. And when I did this, keep in mind this is long before the mercenaries. I was in here all by myself, and it's quite a corpse run. This was before the alternate abilities. The special stuff where you could get your corpse back. You had to do an actual corpse run if you wanted to get all your equipment back and everything. So I'm going to run back in this little pocket here and see if a named come up. It didn't. I do not remember the spawn time for these guys. It really differs. Some zones it's the classic, like 8 minutes. Other ones it's 15, 30 minutes, whatever. I mean, it's... See, these guys have respawned. This is where I first came in, so... I don't think I've been in here 30 minutes, but it's possible. Time flies when you're making these videos, that's for sure. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you very much for watching. I am going to do more. There's something. Blackguard cap for a quest. Yeah, I'll loot it. I'm going to do some different types of videos. One of them is going to be where I'm just running around killing different zones at different levels. I may use my little level 6 magician to do it. So if you have any suggestions for videos, please put them in the comments or send me a private email. Some people have done that. Give me some ideas for stuff you want to see. That one guy that said he learned, something new when I made that mapping video. Stuff like that. If there's a feature in the game you don't know how to use or would like to see how somebody else uses it for different ideas, go ahead and let me know. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.